Remember that scene from Pulp Fiction where he opens the case and it's just gold and you don't really know what's inside? That is the thumbnail that we're trying to work on this morning, and we have like an hour and 20 to make it happen before the video needs to go live. Don't really know how I'm going to achieve this. A light in there maybe? I mean, it'd probably be easier to Photoshop it, but I'm not good with Photoshop. I'll just pretend I'm like Chris Nolan, and I'd rather do it in camera than in VFX. I guess the easiest way to start will probably be to put the bag up here, frame up a shot, look at it on my iPad in real time and see how it looks. So this is what I've come up with so far. That's how it looks on the big screen. I like the fact that you can see all this around here, so it's obvious it's like a studio environment. Now the good thing about this shot is because this is covering the front there, I can just tuck my iPad in right in here, so I can kind of see what is going on as it's happening. Now I've got to figure out a light to shine on me. You, trusty P1 vlogger. Oh yeah, it actually works. Look at that. Thinking if I hold a camera in this hand, I'll bring you over so you can see. It's not bad, it's not bad. I mean, it gives us something to work with. Let's see how it looks on the computer. It's not bad, not bad. However, I'm not feeling it. I don't know why. It's not on brand, but I'm just trying something a little bit different. I don't know what else to do. Maybe lower angle, more like a hero shot kind of thing. Already feeling this a little bit more. I watched this video last night that said that thumbnails, if they have something that people can relate to in them, like a common object, it makes them more clickable. So I also have an idea here. A while ago, I bought some, this is gonna be, bought a bunch of prop money. Looks like real stuff. Money over the top, and then go, money, camera gear. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. About if we just put money like here. About if we go more clicky, put fading, make people annoyed, balance the lens. That will annoy people. That might do. Redid a couple of little things here, and I sent to my wizard Emilio, and that is something we're potentially working with now. You're the best, Emilio. Okay, it's done. It's really hard to post a thumbnail like that because it's completely off-brand, but I want to run a test to see how it does because it's technically what YouTube wants. I guess we'll see. And now we're going to do a Q&A with I put it out last week on Instagram that I was doing a Q&A, so if you want to ask a question again in the future, then follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Sam Holland asks, when are you visiting the UK again for a collab vlog? Possibly next year. Best video settings for an A7 III. I've done a whole video covering that a while back. I'll put that link up there. Do you recommend buying the Sony 90mm macro from Sony? Yes, yes I do. It's on my shelf right up there. Beautiful lens, OSS, great for handheld, great for B-roll, great portrait lens. It's a severely underrated lens if I'm honest. Oh, and is the 50mm f1.2 worth the money? That's a tough call. It depends what you need it for. I've done a great video comparing the 55 and the 50, which I will link up there. To be honest with you, yes and no. You'll have to watch that video to find out why. New lens, 50-1.2 or 135-1.8. Which is best for weddings? I shoot nearly everything at 85. Weddings? I'd say probably a 135 f1.8 is more useful because you can use it for speeches, you can use it for the ceremony, you can stand back further, you're out the way, you're still getting a beautiful shot. I'd go with the 135. How do you maintain work life, family life balance? When I'm down here, I'm working. When I'm upstairs, I'm not working. That's the easiest way to put it. I don't take work upstairs if I can avoid not doing it. Josh asks, vlog channel, how far can it go? Bigger than your main channel? No, probably not. A vlog channel isn't gonna grow really the same way they used to. I have some ideas for this channel, which I'm already going to be putting into play next month. And it's becoming more and more evident this isn't really a vlog channel, it's a behind the scenes channel. And I think there's a place for that. Why did you feel the need to start a separate vlog channel? Why can't vlogs be posted on the existing channel? Okay, a lot of people asking this one. I chatted with Peter Lindgren about this, and he explained it to me like, you run a business and you have two separate businesses. The people that buy from one business aren't interested in buying from the other business, and it's very true. If I was to put these kinds of videos on the main channel, they would do okay. They would get views. They'd get a lot more views than they get on the vlog channel, but it would hurt my other videos that are more for the main channel. The way YouTube works is it wants you to post consistently good, relevant content to your channel. If let's say I talk about phones, right? I'm talking about phones every week, and then all of a sudden I start talking about books. YouTube doesn't like that I'm now talking about something irrelevant to what I'm normally talking about. So it's not gonna push that video out to as many people. And that means that you really now, to get back on course, you have to post more of videos about phones. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep pushing you down. There's this graph that goes up and up and up, and you have like a baseline that you have to stay within that baseline. And if you veer off course and start talking about books, that baseline drops, which means your view count drops, which means you don't get as much exposure. That's pretty much why. Thoughts on pineapple pizza? How do you get your name out there to shoot weddings and other events? Referrals. And I know that's not really a direct answer to your question, but that's how we get all of our business. We don't advertise in any way. I don't advertise the Instagram. It's part of the reason I don't talk and post a lot of the stuff on the main channel here about the weddings that we do, because we don't want any more business than we already have. And I know that doesn't sound right, but remember that that is a part-time gig for us, for my wife and I. And we take very limited number of weddings, and we book up normally by like March of the year that we're working in, and don't take any more. But to get your name out there, you need to work for free or very, very cheap to begin with. Blow the bride away, blow the groom away. It's not gonna be a fantastic video, especially when you first start working out. But typically with weddings, there's gonna be a lot of referrals if you do a good job, because weddings have big wedding parties. And what I mean by that is the bride has 5 to 12 people on her side. The groom has 5 to 12 people on his side that are in their wedding party, that are close friends. Chances are 1, 2, 3 of those are gonna be getting married in the next 1, 2, 3 to 5 years. If you do a good job, they'd rather go with someone they know, they've worked with, they've seen that turned up on the day. And that's kind of how. So work for free, work for a very, very little amount of money, do a great job, you'll get your name out there. They'll come to a point where referrals just keep coming in every year. I struggled with HDMI cable compatibility on my Sony a7S III. Any suggestions? The a7S III has a full HDMI port. Any HDMI cable should work. You need to be a bit more specific with what your issue is. I use the small rig cables, I use the Condor Blue cables. They work great. What are you dying to shoot right now? Style or specific idea, whatever. Some narrative-driven work where I can just sit behind the camera and shoot, be a cinematographer kind of thing. Films, not long stuff, like some short stuff, and some creative spec ads, more spec ads with like a crew of people. I'd love to shoot that. How do you grow your hair wonderful, Emilio asks. Lots of red wine and beer. How to run a photography business and 7 to 6 do full-time job. 7 to 6, you do 11-hour days and a photography business. I'm gonna break it to you, that ain't gonna be easy, but your only option really is to work when you get home, to promote, to market. You're not gonna be getting a lot of work in the evenings unless you have a studio space, or you can rent out a studio space. Alternatively, do lots of work on the weekends. Don't expect to have time off, but if you love doing what it is that you're doing, then your work really won't feel like work. And you know, I hear lots of people say that, and it's kind of true. You want to do it full time, you gotta put in the time first. I did YouTube for 3 years while I was still working full time and shooting weddings before I could jump into YouTube full time. So put in the time, you'll reap the rewards. Where do you get that hoodie? Cuts. It's actually 30% off everything right now. I think there's a link in this channel down below. 30% off everything. This is cuts. These are cuts. This is cuts. I like cuts. Tips on short side lighting for talking head. So right now, I mean, with the ZV-1 here, I'm using one light, the Aperture 120D. It's super close to me, as close as you can possibly get it without it physically being in the frame, at a 45-degree angle, higher than your head, angled down like that. What's your favorite pizza? Depends where I'm buying it. From Domino's Pizza, then a Brooklyn style with a barbecue base. Or if it's from like a proper Italian, like good place, and just straight cheese with maybe pepperoni. I have been liking straight cheese recently though. Don't know why. Just cheese. It's good. That is all the questions. Thank you. If you wanna have a question next time, then you're gonna have to start following me on Instagram right here and Twitter. Probably Instagram more than Twitter for questions. And yeah, that's it. I think that'll end the vlog today. I'll see you tomorrow.